Nick Suriano defeating Devin Schroeder. He pinned the Boilermaker. And Eric Barnett avenging a loss from earlier this season, beating the Wildcat DeAugustino 3-0. Suriano and Barnett for all the marbles in the Big Ten at 125 pounds. There's the opening whistle. And we are wrestling here in Lincoln.
Your winner on mat number 3, Forfeit.
Suriano 10-0 this season, looking for his second Big Ten title.
This is a strength position here when he stuffs the head and gets a little angle. Been impressed with all the Badgers here, but Wisconsin has had a good tournament, and you know, I think that they've been one of the more improved teams. That seen that with their dual meet scores. Some of these individual efforts we're seeing here, Barnett included, really speak well for what's happening in the Wisconsin program.
Barnett 16-2, that lost to DeAugustino, as Suriano in good position to score a takedown. He's got 2, and the Wolverine leads it 2-0.
Nice job there. What he does so well is to go ahead and scoop that bottom leg up here with the Turk Tim. He's got it that hooked right now. Try to collapse that shoulder, but loses the leg underneath.
The key for Suriano in his entire career has been getting the early takedown. He goes out and gets it.
Yeah, he's working that, still working for that bottom leg Turk. Now Barnett hips down and concedes the position here, but only gives up the takedown. Now Suriano with the quick release.
One red, escape.
And I tell you what, if you're a Wolverine and you like looking for extra team points, you like what you're seeing right there, the quick release going right after another takedown.
2-1 score as we approach the midway point in this first period. Suriano from Paramus, New Jersey, wrestled at Bergen Catholic, was a 4-time undefeated New Jersey state champion. Well-documented history, began at Penn State, then went to Rutgers, won a Big Ten title and a national title, and now in Ann Arbor for the Wolverines. Clean and pure double leg, make it 4-1.
Yeah, what I like about what Suriano did, he's in and out, working on the head, and then he released, got a little margin, shot in through the legs of Barnett and got the 2 points.
Well, just a mindset that he established there when he gave up the quick release. He couldn't get the pinning combination, and then so when Barnett hipped down, he let him up, and he's going to start working for the team.
Barnett, an All-American, entered the tournament last March as a 19 seed, finished 8th to stand on the podium. He is from Greenville, Wisconsin, wrestled for head coach Chris Genrich at Hortonville, where he won 3 Wisconsin state titles. Suriano in that top position, as you mentioned, Tim, he gets those takedowns, does some riding over a minute 20 already, and a great period for the Wolverine.
Yeah, he's riding on the right-hand side right there, and it was about 40 seconds. He's probably had enough time to maybe go get another one as clean as those takedown attempts were. The reason I focus on that is, you know, it's you've got an elite wrestler like Suriano here, a national champion in this situation, not only going for the title, and I think he's about as confident as they come here with that. I mean, he's thinking team points.
Well, and you know, Suriano, he's big 25-pounder. Cut a lot of weight to get down there, and as the tournament goes on, he's just tougher and tougher. So this is where he shines. Late in the day, after an early weigh-in, he just gets tougher and tougher.
Final seconds of the first period. Suriano, 2 takedowns, leads it 4-1. Tight team race. Keys to the championship brought to you by SpartanCombat.com.
And RBY, I'll tell you what, last year, when he got it started, they ran the table. And same thing happens tonight.
Yeah, and of course, with Michigan, they've got to win some finals matches here. They're not favored in every one of these things, but they've got they're tight matches here that they can win and turn some of those battles around here where they're not the top-seeded guy. They'll win a championship.
This is where Barnett needs to make hay because he's tough on top. And look at Suriano, got the hips out.
He's got a hold of his grip, though, right there, and he's got that. He's able to break free there. That'll give him the escape.
20-second escape for Suriano. Another tally for the Wolverine, now 5-1.
Center.
You keyed on it before, Jim. For Michigan, it is really important for Suriano to get bonus points.
It really is. You know, and I see him searching for that. You know, I really do. And it's going after it. It's tough to do in these situations because, you know, you got a guy out there who's wrestling on, you know, I would say house money, but he's confident right now. He's going to finish at least second in the Big Tens if he gets going here. So and he's still wrestling for a championship too, and sometimes you can be so aggressive that all of a sudden the least takedown attempt kind of foils you a little bit. You get a little bit aggressive, but you know what? You're willing to take that risk if you're a champion like Suriano.
60-second second period. Suriano up by 4, front headlock position there for the Badger Barnett. Remember Suriano back in 2018, an NCAA finalist, fell to Spencer Lee of Iowa.
The thing is, Suriano's movement is so shifty. It's like a boxer there. It's hard to time, and he's just always been that way. Hard to get your hands on him in time for your own shot.
That's a great point, but I think that Barnett's footwork has been good too. I mean, he's darting, he's moving around. Now it drops back in, and boy, that was easy. He timed that step, and now, again, fighting against it. He pinched those legs together. He does not want Suriano to scoop that bottom leg. Now he's working into a switch with short time left. Wants to pin that shoulder to the mat. Now potentially get back points.
Got one swipe. Short time in the second period. Suriano 2 takedowns in the first. He adds another takedown here in the second.
So effectively an 8-1 lead with all that riding time.
Fred, your choice.
Sean Barnett, head coach of the Michigan Wolverines. NCAA finalist as a student athlete in Ann Arbor. To his left, Josh Chirella. Sean's done a great job taking over for the Silver Fox. Joe McFarland, longtime coach for the Wolverines. So Barnett starting third period on bottom.
If Barnett's going to score, it's going to be on the mat. I mean, looking for reversals more than he is escape. He hasn't been able to solve the puzzle on his feet.
Well, neck wrench action there, switching into it. He's got to be careful. Barnett does get that shoulder pinned to the mat. Suriano is strong enough to take you over in that position. So now he's going to come back up to the feet. That makes it a 7-2 score, but effectively 8-2. Now with this takedown, with that riding time to master, that makes it 10-2. So he's in a major territory right now. He's added 1 team point and bonus if he's able to hold this lead.
What Suriano has done such a good job of, from the standpoint of the way he attacks the hips and takes him, he has taken any chance of, upper body and scramble. Right now, this is what Barnett wants to do. He wants to get in this situation, and he does. He gets a reversal. On your point, Jimmy, it's hard to get a major decision, especially if you can score one strategic time like this, like Barnett did.
And it's hard to get away from Eric Barnett. He just did right there with the escape. Now the reversal.
Reversal.
This one, a lot of action here in this third period. Challenge brick comes in from the Wisconsin corner.
Right there, guys.
I just don't know what that would be, but these coaches get 3 challenge bricks for the tournament, and if it's successful, so there's a good supply of those bricks hanging around on a Saturday or Sunday, excuse me.
Well, you can. I don't know what he's looking at, but it could be that he just wants a fresh start.
Well, it looked like Barnett signaled.
Okay.
It's a challenge.
Because he had the elbow there, and a fresh start will be to Barnett's advantage there with 43 seconds left. And Suriano so basically fundamentally sound.
I've been impressed at how quickly he's been able to get on, and cleanly he's been able to get on the legs. Take a look at the action. Rolling through.
Oh, maybe pulling the headgear perhaps with that left hand. It's the only thing I can think of looking at that replay.
And to further review, the call on the mat stands. There's no technical violation.
Back of the head, though. A lot of the back of the head all stands. Yeah, I don't think there was any violation there. I could see with the angle the coaches had that they might be thinking of that, and of course Nick Suriano may have a reputation for that.
So now with 43 seconds, guys, he'll have to ride him out to secure that major decision.
Yeah. And at this point, you get all that great riding he was doing earlier. I love the crossed wrist ride there. Put the crossed wrist on, capture it, and keep that left shoulder pinned to the mat. And if he can, scoop up that bottom leg. If he can scoop up that bottom leg, and you can tell that Barnett knows exactly what he wants to do in here, but he's going to try to pinch those legs together, not allow him to do that. Short time. And I think Suriano's done just about everything he could do to help his team in this situation.
He has not allowed much reaction from Barnett. As you said, his finishes have been quick and sure, really impressive.
Complete match by Nick Suriano, great on his feet, and rides the Badger for over 3.5 minutes. It's a 12-4 major decision, and Nick Suriano becomes the first wrestler in Big Ten history to win 2 Big Ten crowns at 2 different schools at 2 different weight classes. Nick Suriano, full steam ahead to Detroit.
Yeah. Shane, I love that little slow strut he has. He had a great interview yesterday with Ray. Get a chance to talk to Ray again.
Let's send it down to Ray Flores. He is with the two-time Big Ten champion, Nick Suriano.
Thanks very much, Shane. Alongside the Big Ten champion at 125, adding yet another trophy to your collection, Nick Suriano, a dominant win over Wisconsin's Eric Barnett. Nick, talk to us about how tremendous you were here in this tournament.
I wish I finished a little stronger, but it's been a long time wrestling folk style. It's good to be back, and I know what I have to do in Detroit, and I'll do it better than just there, but focus on one day at a time. I got a great team and great support staff around me, so good little stylistic matchup for me. But
now, from a history standpoint, you are the first wrestler to win a Big Ten title in different weight classes for two different schools. What does that mean to you?
It means, you know, make your decisions, stand strong by them, live by them, and persevere, be determined, and break through anything that gets in your way for what you want and what you want to become. And that's the path I chose. So,
congratulations, Nick. Look forward to seeing you in the NCAA tournament.
thank you.
Roman Bravo Young has won 4 straight. Desanto won the first couple of matchups, but that was a tight one in Iowa City in late January. RBY 3-2, and one thing with him, Tim, is he just finds ways to win. He hasn't been beaten since the 2020 Big Ten Championships, lost to Sebastian Rivera at Rutgers.
When I think about both these wrestlers, I think about adjustments. And RBY made an early adjustment against Desanto not to let him have his vice grip, right-hand grip on the tricep. But I would tell you that Desanto's had to make an adjustment himself to not rely on that, but he has not been able to execute in the adjustment. So if Desanto's going to be successful, he's going to have to be doing it with something different than that near arm far leg dump.
Well, I think he can do it. I think he just has to not be consumed about getting the near arm. He just got to get the leg.
Good point.
And get the leg, get the laces up, and get your feet moving.
Top 2 seeds on a collision course. Roman Bravo Young shutting out Dylan Regis in the 5 seed of Michigan in the semifinals. And what a contest with Desanto and Lucas Bird. Those two let it fly last night. The Hawkeye getting his arm raised with a 1-point decision, 4-3. Desanto quick on his offense.
Yeah, just right in like we talked about. Didn't worry about getting the near arm far leg. And there's the pressure right there. Potentially dangerous there. Roman Bravo Young, if you're in on his leg, he's looking to attack you, rolling through, and anticipates so well. And so you've got to really try to keep your ankles clean. It's really difficult to try to keep them moving and clean.
And your point, Jim, it's one thing to get to RBI's leg and another thing to finish on it.
Yeah, and his defense is just so solid. And just because he anticipates so
Action
well,
center, get out of that
really
grip.
has some of the best footwork
Stay out
in
those
the country.
fingers.
Both these guys' names littered with accolades. RBY, a 4-time All-American. The reigning national champion beat Dayton Fix of Oklahoma State last March. Austin Desanto, a 3-time All-American, 3rd at the NCAA championships in St. Louis. No score, 50 seconds in to this 133-pound Big Ten final with Desanto and Roman Bravo Young.
Nice job of jumping right back into that single, now switching off to a double. But at the heavy hips, the pressure of keeping Desanto's head down here is a factor in this match. It really wears on him. His conditioning is excellent. But, you know, in taking RBY down, you've got to be prepared to probably spend 50% more calories than he is out there.
Yeah, he's got some, RBY's got some big-time tricks, even if you get the leg up.
Roman Bravo Young from Tucson, Arizona, 4-time Arizona State champion at Sunnyside High School. Desanto from Exeter, Pennsylvania.
Notice how the adjustment there with the RBY going to the right wrist, the one that's taped up there, that thumb tape, pinky tape up right there. He's willing to go ahead and tie that up. Another little thing here that you see is RBY likes to be on the inside with that collar tie. He's a little bit outside right there, but he likes to come inside and keep his head clean right there. So drops his level right there, drops in. Can he come out the back door? Again, jumps right into that hurdler stretch. And what that's so good is it keeps at least one ankle clean. Now he's on his rear end right here, keeping some separation there. So I like that technique because it keeps the man from attacking your ankles.
Desanto able to trap the arm of RBY. We get a stalemate, but Desanto's been super aggressive here in this first period.
Yeah, he's just taking the shot, not worrying about the tie-up so much.
Desanto scores a lot of points. 10 tech falls this season, 20 points or more. In 28 matches in his career, he can light up a scoreboard, but different animal against RBY.
Guys, I just think they've wrestled within 1 yard of that white center circle there. These guys are really in the middle of the mat. No backing up. Both of them are looking for their offense.
Short time.
Short time inside of 15 seconds in this first period. Are you surprised that we didn't see any shots from RBY?
Well, we did see a shot here. He was able to go ahead, get to the leg there real quickly, but he wasn't able to go ahead and finish on it. That's what I was probably surprised about as much as anything. But his finishes are quick, so I think that's a plus for Desanto in this match here to be able to ward off one of RBY's shots, because they come, you know, you think you're in a position to be able to move forward on him, and he attacks you, and
Bottom man set, cover, nice
you're in
pause.
trouble.
Desanto goes on bottom here to begin second period. We've seen with RBY, as slick as he is on his feet, he can grind on top as well.
And this is a grind position right now here with the got the double leg set up there.
1002,
getting the count against him.
1003,
He's
we're
moving
up.
up
1001.
solidly.
No change.
And with this particular official here, you're going to get a lot of immediate accounts. It's one of Nick Rosso's things. You're going to hit that count real quickly. He's going to be really clear about it. Let these guys know that they have to move up.
Those quick escapes, so
Bottom
critical.
man set, cover.
Elbows in. Look at that position there by Desanto. Elbows in. Now he's going right for the hand fight, trying to cover the fingers. Now the scoop right there. Job well done there by RBY, and attack the leg that was standing right there.
Nope.
Good motion by Desanto. Good sit out and turn back in. You can tell that Roman Bravo Young did not want to give that position up. He tried to come back in on the leg, and Desanto back in on another shot.
1-0 Desanto with the escape here in the second period.
Stop. Stay on me.
And he stalemate once again.
Right here. Set.
Last year in the Big Ten final, Roman Bravo Young defeating Desanto 5-2. Then that 1-point match ended January 3-2 for the Nittany Lion.
Get out of that grip.
Jeez, kudos to both guys here. Just right there in the center of the mat, not backing out, looking for techniques.
Let's go, work.
Inside of a minute here in the second period.
Keep it legal.
See Desanto looking heavy with the collar right there.
Warning green.
Goes hard there with another shot. He's able to get the stall warning.
Yeah, whether or not he's successful here, he's had a strategy to get the attention, make an impression, and get the stall call. Success number one.
Shin Whizzer from RBY momentarily.
Almost gave that up here because
Keep it legal.
Desanto didn't really go for that spin. He had the leg tighten up. Now he's got that knee
Keep it
turned
legal.
out wide. I see a lot of vision on the official here as to whether that's being taken out.
Final 12 seconds in this period.
Likely to let him wrestle. Short time.
Desanto reaches for the head. RBY quick glance at the score.
Great.
Here's the escape.
Yeah, you take a look at I think there's great work by Desanto, because we've seen in championship matches, like particularly last year in the NCAA finals, he's able to create a little hip separation, keep his legs clean. Good quick escape, only giving up 32 seconds of riding time.
Yeah, where Desanto used to struggle underneath, he has gotten a lot better, and so getting out
Stay off the singlet.
pretty
Stay
quickly
off that.
underneath was big, and then the stall call.
RBY works up. The Let's Go Hawks chants. Desanto looking for a mat return as RBY fighting hands.
Yeah, 2-on-1 right there on the hand
neutral.
that's taped up right there. It's a good choice. Selecting the hand that might be a little bit dinged up, and now RBY 1-1 match. Looking for him to go to
keep working
get
to
his
score.
shots. He's the one that's given up the stall warning to this point.
Both guys have traded escapes after a scoreless first period.
And I talked about how important it is for RBY to get the Nittany Lions going. He did last year in the Nationals. It's big when your teammates out there, and if he can get them going, otherwise puts a little stall.
And I see a little technique here. RBY's getting that inside collar tie Right, kind of coming inside that hard collar tie right there. And, oh, Desanto jumps back in the leg.
Below the knee.
Yeah, but he's got that, his rear end over the top of the back of the head of, over the top of the head right there. Now he's going to work right now, and he makes it really difficult for Desanto to come out the back door. Now getting him in a little bit of a roll.
Danger
He
one.
three up that right leg.
Danger two.
Keeping good
Danger
elevation.
three.
He's getting the neutral danger count and gets 2.
There's a takedown for RBY. And the way that is called, it is identified by the wrestler's color. The count begins. That's a takedown for Roman Bravo Young. The challenge brick comes in from the Iowa corner.
Now this will be interesting to look at. So he, as I mentioned before, Nick Rosso is going to notify the wrestler, going to give the count. He's really good at that in almost every position that requires a count.
I think what the Iowa corner is saying that he might have met criteria, but then he went out of criteria, and if that's the case, then you have to restart the count.
Right here is he identified it. 1, 2. I think it'll be difficult to overturn that.
I would agree.
3 counts past 90 degrees.
Right here, very quickly, the referee's in great position to be able to make that call. Notifies. And you can see that the angle of the shoulders is definitely past 90.
A big call with less than 30 seconds left.
Yeah, a lot of bricks.
After further review, the call on the mat is confirmed. 2 green takedown.
The takedown is awarded as the call is confirmed. So RBY, 20 seconds away from his second Big Ten title.
Man set, cover. Yep. 1001.
Ankle pick off the whistle, front trip.
Improve.
Working him towards the edge. Not only the lift there, but also covering very well. That's another thing he does very well. Covers with the lift.
Couple mat returns from RBY.
Wait for me. Wait for me. Bottom man set, cover. 1001. 1002.
Michigan with a Big Ten champion at 125 pounds. Penn State with one at 133. Roman Bravo Young of Penn State 3-1 over Austin Desanto.
All these 2 warriors have been through here. A lot of respect shown at the end of that match.
A lot of respect. That's the way it should be. Great, great scene.
5 straight wins over Austin Desanto for Roman Bravo Young. And the 2-time Big Ten champion from Penn State is with Ray Flores.
Thanks very much, Shane. Yes, we are with the back-to-back Big Ten champion, Roman Bravo Young. Roman, the rivalry that you've had with Austin Desanto, well documented. Winning your 2nd straight Big Ten championship, is it extra sweeter to be able to get it against a rival?
Yeah, it feels good to win always, but that's not the main goal. But yeah, I think Desanto, he pushes me every day to work hard, so gotta appreciate and love your opponents too.
Talk to us about the momentum you have heading into the NCAA championships.
Yeah, just take one match at a time. It's tough, and just gotta find a way to win. But yeah, enjoy this win. I'm blessed, but got bigger things to finish.
Congratulations on your 2nd straight Big Ten championship.
Thank you.
RBY, Shane, back to you.
Great thoughts from the reigning national champion and now 2-time Big Ten champion, Roman Bravo Young. Thank you, Ray. They are loading the mats at 141 pounds, our final. Nick Lee and Jaydin Eierman, a rematch of last year's Big Ten championship and NCAA final in St. Louis. Eierman won the Big Ten crowd. Nick Lee answered back. He won the national championship.
Take a look at this action here in Eierman at last year's Big Ten championship. He was the guy who was dominant in the top position. He just did enough there. And you could tell that Nick Lee was moving himself back into the match. It ended up being a tight one. A lot of respect between these 2 guys. Every time that these guys have met here, a lot of respect because they're both guys are quality wrestlers seeking championships.
They're 2-2 against each other for their career in the duel this year. That was super exciting. Inside Carver Hawkeye Arena, Eierman got that late takedown to send to the sudden victory, and then Nick Lee prevailed in the sudden victory. There's a look at Nick Lee, but we do not see Jaydin Eierman. And what's interesting with Nick Lee is He's the reigning national champion. He's never won a Big Ten title. In the Big Tens, Lee has been third twice, and he has been second twice. So Nick Lee makes his way out of the tunnel here to center mats. And he takes off his headgear, and we will not see the Nick Lee Jaydin Eierman match. Medical default from Jaydin Eierman. So with that said, Nick Lee gets that Big Ten title.
Probably not the way he wanted to. He'd like to have a match, but Jaydin Eierman been favoring the leg here earlier, so let's go down to Ray and see what he has to say.
2022 Big Ten champion at 141.
All right, thank you very much. Alongside Nick Lee, who was unable to wrestle in the final due to Jaydin Eierman not coming out. Nick, did that surprise you? What's going through your mind right now? You're a Big Ten champion, but was it a bit perplexing to you that Jaydin Eierman did not come out to wrestle you today?
Yeah, there's been a couple injury forfeits throughout the tournament. I think it's just that time of year where people are trying to get back to healthy for nationals, so you know, we respect it.
When it comes to your team perspective, you know, how are the Nittany Lions feel as you guys are trying to capture a Big Ten championship?
I think we feel pretty good. We just got to have every guy do their job, right?
Now look ahead towards the finals and the NCAA championships in a few weeks' time in Detroit.
Yeah, we're excited for it. We're ready to go.
All right, Nick Lee, ladies and gentlemen, the Big Ten champion here, as Jaydin Eierman did not come out to wrestle him this afternoon here in Lincoln. Shane, back to you.
All right, Ray, thank you much. I think that left eye of Nick Lee tells the story about the physicality of the Big Ten championship tournament. Our next championship final, 149 pounds. The returning champion at the weight class, the #1 seed, ranked #2 in the country, Sammy Sasso from Ohio State. 22-1 record for the Buckeye. And Austin Gomez, ranked 5th in the country. He's the #2 seed at these championships, 17-2. He's been phenomenal for the Wisconsin Badgers. He's got some big-time moves.
Yeah, really fun to watch here with those double underhooks and the hip hook holder. We've seen that from him before. It's big moves. What I liked about it, Tim, he went right after it right in the beginning. Just attacked it.
I like performances that you go whoa on, and Austin Gomez did his own whoa. Third fastest pin in the history of the tournament.
I like the t-shirt. Chris Bono is my homeboy. It's been a great story in college wrestling. Has not competed the last 2 years. Began his career at Iowa State. Wrestled for the Cyclones at 133. And he's been a great addition.
Well, he struggled with some concussion protocol issues and decided to take some time off. Did a little coaching and helping out with the program, and then made the decision he wanted to come back and compete, and it's been nothing but great for him to be with the Badger singlet. Here slowly has worked himself out to be nationally competitive.
Sammy Sasso, the Buckeye, strolls to center mat, two-time All-American. NCAA finalist last March at 149 pounds, fell to Austin O'Connor of North Carolina. Top 2 seeds. Sammy Sasso knocking off Max Mirren, 3-1. Hard-fought battle between those two. And as you saw, Gomez with that big hip toss as he pinned Rich Lovett in 20 seconds to cement his spots in this 149-pound final. There's Austin Gomez.
All set, we're ready to go, guys.
It'll be interesting, guys, to see whether Gomez tries the same tactics
Here we go. Shake
basically
hands,
bull
gentlemen.
rushing there, trying to get into a double underhook, because Sasso can go upper body as well. We see him, the flexible guy, the guy can go out there and ride, attack below the knee, but he's not afraid to go up upper body as well. He's got a great bear hug.
Third time in the Big Ten championship finals for Sammy Sasso, as a redshirt freshman fell to Pat Lugo. And here we go with Austin Gomez wasting no time getting to his position.
Yeah, and Sasso comfortable in those double overs, and there was some effort there by Gomez. Kind of tried to do a little roll through action there at the edge of the mat.
One of Gomez's philosophies is scared money don't make money.
Everything that he's been able to back it up, right?
We're
He's
out.
done that early in his career as a freshman, being right up there. I think he was ranked in the top 10 in the country, maybe even as high as single digits as a 33-pounder.
Here we go, Red. Get set.
You know, he's at 49. You know,
Set.
you think
Green
that,
cover.
well, it's not maybe the best weight class here for him, but you know what? He's worked into it right
Set.
well because he's an expert, I think, technician, and his attack rate is really high. And that's why it's been kind of surprising to see him go up top like that, because he's pretty good shots. He's got
2-1 score. 2 minutes left here in this first period. Gomez from Carroll Stream, Illinois, was a 3-time Illinois state champion at Glenbard North. And you look at his list of guys he's pinned in his career, he has pinned some big-time talent.
Well, I like the way he went out there, Austin Gomez, and you know what? Why not? Let it fly. Wrestle like the underdog. And what I like about it for Austin is he gets it sometimes, but Sammy Sasso, to Jim's point, feeds right into it because that guy can scramble. All of a sudden, the head gets close to the knee and the cradle's on, and so, you know, it's an intriguing matchup.
Yeah, he gave him that double underhook position. Actually, Gomez earned it with those double unders, but, you know, he was also comfortable with those double overs, head blocking, and can really kind of waited for Gomez to make a mistake there.
You mentioned it, Tim. Sasso, great scrambler, so tough to score on. Looks like he's 99% dead to rights, and he just finds a way to, like a cat with those reflexes.
One thing that you see from Sasso too is that he'll
Stay out of the face,
work
guys.
the head very hard. He'll come with that over collar, then he just drops the bottom out of his stance, and he just goes ahead and reaches to see what's there. Usually collects a leg, sometimes two.
Both these guys bring the heat all the time.
Whizzer from Sasso out of Nazareth, Pennsylvania, 2-time Pennsylvania state champion.
Yeah, and Austin Gomez going again for the big move. Had a nice angle right there, not much real estate to work with.
Half a minute remaining here in this first period. 2-1 Sasso with the escape, takedown rather. Guys wrestling forehead to forehead.
And both guys keep their feet moving. That's a constant theme that you're going to see in these finals matches. You're going to see good footwork. Saw in that footwork match here at 133 here, where both guys were in the center. You don't need much room to wrestle if you can go ahead and constantly move your feet. Take a look at that. Full rush there, attempt there, and Gomez jacks him up.
Second period,
Keeping position is Sasso. He doesn't go off the mat. Doesn't run off there. Circles back in, and Gomez goes for the big move right there.
Sasso never panics. He stays cool. He's really not phased by adversity, and so that's kind of the big thing there about Sasso, not panicking.
Quick escape. 2-2.
That's key for Gomez because he struggled in the bottom position throughout his career, but now he gets in on the shot here, head to the outside. He's going to go ahead and try to shelf it. Look at Sasso clinging here to the torso. Does a nice job of shelving. He's got that ankle up here. He's got an opportunity to go ahead and finish. Can he get the right hand across or maybe even attack the far ankle? Look at how do you get a hand through there with that effort? But Gomez does it. He drops him to his hip, collects the two.
And he stayed real patient there.
Yeah, he did.
And he stayed really tight with that head. He used that as a third arm, man.
I didn't think he had much choice because Sasso was really clinging on him so hard. Good work.
So both guys with a takedown. Gomez leading it 4-3.
Gomez also showing you that he can go upper body and has a nice attack lower body.
.50 seconds left here in this second period.
What probably is as big of a deal here was the confidence factor. He got to his feet. Good quick escape because Sasso is not easy to get out of. When he wants to put the ride on, he's normally very successful.
Sasso's one loss to Yanni Diakomahalis. That was at the Cliff Keen in Las Vegas. Gomez has also lost to Yanni. His other loss to Josh Heil of Campbell at the Matman Open. Short time, 20 ticks here in the second period. These two guys center the mat as well, right on that Nebraska end.
Yeah, it's interesting to me, guys, strategy-wise. Okay, Gomez comes out there, bull rushes with the double underhooks.
Green, your choice.
And then he comes in there, gets the quick takedown here, and we'll see if he continues to stay on his offense through this match. See how that everything was closed down. How do you get that right arm across there? You don't. You just knock him to his hip. And when he was Sasso was so tight there that it was easier to knock him over onto his side. Sasso conceded the position.
4-4. Saw the reaction earlier from Chris Bono, head coach at Wisconsin, now in his 4th year. And here's another leg attack from Gomez.
Bring the hips. Front trip. Good work there by Gomez, and now a mat return as they go off the mat. So great little misdirection shot there, guys. We've seen that several times here where guys will hit that double leg and, you know, collect the leg that's trailing. Right,
there we go, Greg.
Into a single, and then when he got to his feet, what did he do, Shane?
Mat return. 6-4 second takedown. Been a fun match. 3 takedowns combined by these two. Riding time and on factor.
Yeah, it's just a great example of pulling the trigger fast and then very quick finish for Gomez.
Well, with Gomez's footwork, he's got to again stay on the offense. Sasso is, you know, going to probably come real heavy on the collar tie.
You know, I always talk about Sasso believing in himself. I think we got 2 guys in the middle of this mat that both believe in themselves.
Absolutely. Both these guys towing the line with supreme confidence and expectations. 60 seconds left in this 1-point match.
Look how Gomez is finishing. When these guys break free from the tie, you see him rushing with that left-handed underhook and kind of jacking him up and getting him out of position. Heavy collar tie now. It's going to go, and you know, Gomez is reacting to that. He's keeping his balance. He's going down and down blocking. He's keeping his feet moving.
No Badger has ever won the Big Ten title at 149 pounds. Could Austin Gomez be the first? He's 30 seconds away.
Now Sasso has to go upper body potentially here to open Gomez up. No stall warnings. Duck under.
A front headlock from Gomez.
Sasso's going to have to get in deep.
That's that left-handed underhook, and he comes back and does another misdirection. Will he finish it off?
Nothing.
He's got Sasso on the hip.
He's got him on both hips.
And that should ice it for Austin Gomez. What a weekend in Lincoln for the Badger.
Guys, I don't think that's getting hot. I think that's just a guy who's all of a sudden arrived. He's understanding how to win close matches, and now he's a Big Ten champion.
8-5, Gomez over Sasso, the first in Wisconsin history. Big Ten champion at 149 pounds. Here's the takedown that iced the title.
You take a look at, you know, left-handed underhook. That was what he was going to go to stop Sasso here, but he used it to get an advantage and an angle. Collects the 2. Get your head up, hips down. And when he does that, both cheeks are on the mat, collects the 2. Solid performance. I mean, that's not just not a fluke here. You're going to rise up the seeds with that performance.
Chris Bono and John Reed are excited. Let's send it down to Ray Flores.
Thanks you very much, Shane. Alongside the Big Ten champion, the first ever Badger to do it at 149, Austin Gomez, as he knocks off Sammy Sasso. Big Ten champion. How does that sound to you?
It's kind of surreal. Last year around this time, I was away from the sport. I wasn't doing the right thing socially. Mentally, I wasn't there. And, you know, this moment, I can't. It's unforgettable, you know. I gotta thank my parents and the coaches of Wisconsin for taking a chance on me and getting me to where I am right now.
And speaking of the coaches at Wisconsin, I know you are very fond of your head coach, Chris Bono. Tell us about what's on your shirt.
Yeah, Chris Bono's my homeboy. Man, right when I entered that transfer portal, him and John Reeder 20 minutes later called me up. I mean, right then and there, I knew Wisconsin was gonna be my home. But man, Chris Bono gets me ready, and so does John Reeder, so does Seth Gross. So those guys get me to where I need to be, and you know, the job's not finished. We got 2 weeks to go win the national title.
Austin Gomez, your Big Ten champion at 149. Congratulations, Austin. Back to you, Shane.
Congratulations to Tervel Delagnev. Great ceremony. here inside Pinnacle Bank Arena before the start of these Big Ten Championship Finals. 157 pounds. It's a matchup of the #1 seed and the #3 seed. Ryan Deakin, a senior from Northwestern, and Will Lewan, a junior. Set the mats for these placement matches. Only three-time champ at 157 pounds in Big Ten history, Mike Rodriguez. It's been a while. Some old school pictures. I love it.
Probably coached by Cliff Keen, you know. They're great sponsors.
So Ryan Deakin looks to join Mike Rodriguez. Deakin this season 12-0. There's Will Lewan, 17-4 for head coach Sean Barnett. Lewan from Chicago, Illinois, Montini Catholic, where he was a four-time place winner in Illinois, won the state title as a junior. Lewan, a 2017 Cadet World Champion. You see the 100 on the Michigan singlet. That's celebrating 100 years of Michigan wrestling. Great timing for the Wolverines as the national tournament in Detroit in 2 weeks.
Been pointing towards Detroit, a 100-year celebration. Everything's coming together for the Wolverines.
And everything's coming together for Will Lewan. You take a look at what he's been able to do in this tournament, a nice overtime win. You know, he's a guy that's really tough to score on. He doesn't manufacture a lot of points, but he sure did in the overtime in the semifinals. Great look at Ryan Deakin.
There's our 157-pound bracket. Deakin, tough match with Peyton Robb of Nebraska. The Wildcat prevailing 5-3. As you mentioned, Will Lewan in sudden victory took down Brady Berkey for the 3-1 decision. Deakin and Lewan here at 157.
And Shane, there's not a guy that looks bigger for his weight class than Ryan Deakin. So well trained. You know, just lean, right spots, see him being aggressive. Likes to really work the front headlock position. Gets right into it with Will Lewan.
Last March beat Caleb Young of Iowa to secure his second Big Ten championship. The three-time All-American from Broomfield, Colorado, Legacy High School, Ryan Deakin.
Deakin's got such good position, hard to move, and I think that's the influence of his assistant coach, Andrew Howe. You're training with Andrew Howe, and in the corner, and it's just he's really hard to move, and his hand fighting is so good.
You imagine the heavy hands in that practice where those two guys going against each other, just clubbing each other, just trying to get to a leg shot.
Third meeting between these two. Deakin victorious in the two previous matches.
Good left hand collar tie right there, but look at, he's making Will Lewan really carry a lot of his weight right there.
Watch him,
measuring
watch him.
Hard left hand collar tie. That's what he likes to live on. You snap down with it, change your level, he's dropped right into a shot.
Watch those hands, gentlemen.
And when he gets that front headlock, a lot of times he likes to move to his right.
90 seconds first period.
And Lewan, you know, we've seen him kind of do the same thing, works the head so well. He likes to attack that leg, gets back.
Good shot there from Deakin on a single leg.
He's up, good position. Lewan kicks away. Right on the hands, 2 points.
Quick escape from Lewan, 2-1. Will Lewan was 8th at the Big Tens last year. Went 2-2 at the NCAA tournament. Back in 2020 was a second-team All-American. Deakin, 3-time All-American, 6th. First team in 2020 and 3rd in St. Louis last March. 45 seconds here in the first. Deakin a takedown, Lewan a quick escape.
You know, internally, Deakin's on a mission. I mean, he's as good. He's been on the front level for so many years, but hasn't gotten that national title. And he's a guy that, you know, internally, he's got a lot to prove yet in his mind.
Doing a nice job being aggressive here, getting back to the neutral position. Deakin's shot was so well when he accomplished that takedown, but you and I've talked, Jim,
Lewan has a shot that will work on anybody. He's just got to pull the trigger.
Yeah, and it might be a little bit more difficult this time because the leg that's back.
2-1. There's Sean Barnett, head coach of the Wolverines. Great team race here in Lincoln. Michigan still up on Penn State. You see Iowa in third. Michigan looking for its first Big Ten team title since 1973. Deakin, quick escape, took him 2 seconds to add another point, 3-1.
Just powers up. Now straight on shot, double leg. Manufacture a stall warning, an earned stall warning on Lewan, and now he drops in the leg.
Again, that collar tie and snapping the head and drop in is so beautiful.
I felt that one in my neck.
Yeah, you come so hard with that, and all of a sudden that becomes the lead leg on the shot. Right? So you come hard with that collar tie, and you give them that look, and then come right down into the leg.
And if they were in the middle of the mat, one of the things about Deakin that impresses me is he stays so tight to the leg when it's up, when he has it up. He just didn't have the opportunity there.
Shot from Lewan. But right into those hips and that strength of Deakin.
It's so tough when you're wrestling a really great wrestler that keeps great position, but he naturally keeps the leg that you want to get to back.
Oh, and now Deakin almost caught him.
I like the effort by Lewan. He's going for it, but man, it's one thing to get your moves on normal people, but Deakin ain't normal.
He is not, as he'll go to work on top. Has Lewan flat on his belly, controlling the wrists underneath. Lewan's in a tough place right now.
It really is. Parallel ride there, you know, double wrist ride, can't get his wrist free.
Action!
Again, just like last year, it's pretty much unbeatable.
At this weight class, you have the reigning national champion, David Carr of Iowa State.
No action, gentlemen. Center. Hey, off the whistle!
Let's take a look at that first takedown, or the takedown he's got right there. That's just off that front headlock position that he's really comfortable in. I like that. I agree with you, Tim, with the commitment by Lewan to go ahead and try to manufacture something. Why not do that? Down 3-1 in the score.
22 seconds. There's a caution on Lewan.
Give me a pause, gentlemen.
Here, Lewan, a couple of cautions to play with, trying to anticipate the whistle. The battle's within the battle. Here's one short time, 20 seconds. Always critical to finish those periods on top. Find that urgency.
Yeah, see that claw right over there, but he's also trying to attack the left arm of Will Lewan. And when he was fighting going on down there.
And when he was on top, that right knee's pinching.
Great work from Lewan to get the escape with 1 second left.
Red down.
5-2 match to the third, and the Wolverine will go on bottom.
Hey guys, this is worth looking at right here, okay? Hand fighting on one side, but watch him post on his hand and get his feet moving. You know, you talk about, you know, getting that tripod position here, but not only getting it and just squaring up, but keep on circling here. That's really well done. High level escape, gets great wrestling.
Riding time over a minute for Deakin. Just suffocating in that top position.
1, 2.
Works up. If you're Lewan, what can you do right now?
Shane, no easy answers right now. You're wrestling a man who's bigger than you. You at least got to try to keep your wrist clean. You know, wrestling elbows out and wrist in is a recipe. See how it's so easy for that left hand to sneak in there and grab a wrist if he wants to, but this is an old school rider right now.
He's using his whole body. I'm talking about that right knee. Look how he uses that to punch in and put Lewan back to his belly.
And also what he does with his left arm. You come up to you try to make that move, try to get your butt up off, you know, the hips up off the mat here. He uses that left arm right there. He did it one more time there. Knifes that arm in on the thigh and breaks you down. It's like having a table where somebody comes in and starts taking a sledgehammer to the legs of it.
There was another stall call on Lewan, so a point for Deakin, who's now up 6-2. I think right now, Lewan, it's more about survival.
Yeah, that was a dual meat call.
Ryan Deakin looking to join Jake Herbert as a three-time Big Ten champion. Jake winning those titles in 2006, 2007, and 2009. World silver medalist Jake Herbert.
I will say this, guys, it's been a very well officiated tournament. I'm crossing my fingers here for the way this has gone here the next 5 matches, but these guys have done a stupendous job at getting things right here in most of these matches. It's been fun to watch.
Great return from Deakin inside of 30 seconds. Great technique on the return.
And covering so well. You know, it's one thing to get that return, but then to cover inside out.
You're talking about the officials. You know, I believe that leadership's everything. Mike Haggerty, who's the overseer for Big Ten, has done it all. He's wrestled, he's been a coach, he's been a top-notch official. It's a great perspective to be able to lead the best officials in the Big Ten.
I think that's a great point, and the best officials want to officiate the best matches, and they're going to do that in this conference.
Riding time over 3 minutes. Convincing 7-2 decision for the now three-time Big Ten champion Ryan Deakin, one of the all-time greats in Northwestern wrestling history. Ray putting the running shoes on, hopefully able to catch up with Ryan Deakin.
Oh.
You're not going to catch up with the way he was.
If you looked at Ray's footwear, you know, there's no chance that Ray's going to be able to catch Ryan Deakin.
Ryan Deakin remains undefeated, now 13-0. Lewan drops to 17-5. But, Jim, you talked about it in the open of our broadcast yesterday. If you're Will Lewan right now, you want to feel good heading into Detroit. Mentally, he's got something to build off of a solid performance here in Lincoln. Ray somehow, some way was able to catch up with Ryan Deakin. Ray, I'm super impressed. We'll send it down to you with Ryan.
Thank you very much, Shane. Yes, thanks very much, Shane. Yes, he's very fast, and he looked tremendous on the mat, winning his 3rd Big Ten championship at 157, just the 2nd wrestler to do so in Big Ten history. What does this mean to you, Ryan?
I think it means a lot. I think the bigger thing is cool. How many guys we qualified here today? The team's had an awesome effort. It's been fun watching everybody. So excited for March, or for NCAAs here in a few weeks.
Yes, you do have some unfinished business. I know that your focus is to become a NCAA national champion at 157. How much is that on your mind and the momentum that you have in capturing the Big Ten championship here this afternoon?
Yeah, I mean, that's a big show. That's what we're training for every day. So I'm excited for it. Just really soaking in this last year and, yeah, just having a lot of fun.
Ryan, congratulations. Good luck in a few weeks.
Thank you.
Alex Marinelli, the number 2 seed. He'll look to do the same, but he's looking for a 4th Big Ten championship. There have been 7 Iowa Hawkeyes to win 4 Big Ten championships. The last to do so, Mark Ironside, getting his 4th in 1998. There have been 16 in Big Ten history to win 4. The last, Isaiah Martinez of Illinois in 2018. So Alex Marinelli getting prepared to take mats. 20-1 this season. The wrestler of the championships in 2019. He shared that honor with Penn State's Jason Nolf. He's been here before. A lot of experience in these big matches.
Certainly has. And, you know, the Bull is his nickname. Gets out there, square stance. He's really going forward all the time. And it's going to be an interesting matchup because Amine, who had one of the biggest upsets of the tournament, beating Carson Hartschlag, number 1 seed, wrestles from distance. He likes to keep him out there in front of him, and Bull will have none of that. He's going to crowd you. He's going to get on you. He's going to take territory. He's been doing it. That's why he's got an opportunity to be a 4-time Big Ten champion.
Here's Amine making his way out of the tunnel on the center mats. Amine, the number 4 seed, ranked 9th in the country, as you said. Upset the number 1 seed, Carson Hartschlag, handing the Buckeye just his 2nd loss of the season. And Marinelli in a 1-point win over the true freshman from Wisconsin, the 3 seed, DJ Hamady. These 2 Mets at the 2021 Big Tens. Marinelli winning 2-0. And as you said, Marinelli, he wants to keep this thing in a phone booth. He wants to stay on that logo.
He really does, and you just see him marching forward here.
Fingers.
Gets more offense out of a square stance than anybody in the country here. Gets out wide. He's really difficult to score on. Heavy collar tie. He'll also work for a post when you go ahead and, you know, come on his shoulders or whatever. He anticipates, and that's how he gets to his shot. Usually it's a good, clean finish.
Marinelli, 3-time All-American. He's been 6th, 7th, and was first team in 2020. Last year, the #1 seed, but had an injury default out of the tournaments. And Amine, an All-American, he was 7th last year, then following a 3rd-place finish at the Big Ten Championships.
No slaps.
Yeah, the referee, J.R. Johnson, Tim, has a lot to contend with here. There's a lot of haymakers here being thrown early. Again, Amine likes to stay from distance, so he's going to go ahead and hit the forehead a few times. Got to stay out of that eyes and nose area. Going to get called for that. And
work through it.
Of course, Marinelli likes to come hard over the top with his hands on the guy's neck and likes to have you carry his weight.
Inside ties and control, and Marinelli wins with position every time.
Nice job of Amine just circling back in that position.
No score, 145 first period. Heavy hands from Marinelli, both guys fighting head position.
And Marinelli willing to go over the top, kind of a double collar look, you know, so he come inside, come over the top of your neck with both hands, and really make you carry his weight. I mean, that's really what he's all about here. When you come out of your stance, you start reaching on him here, that's when he's going to hit that little post, move, drop it in your leg, and when you do that, really quick at finishing.
Underhook jacked up on the right side by the Wolverine.
Yeah, Marinelli loves to pull on the head and neck, and he never stops.
60 seconds remaining here in this first period. No score. Marinelli from Miamisburg, Ohio, a 4-time Ohio State champion for St. Paris Graham. And Amine is a 3-time Michigan State champion from Bright, Michigan, wrestling at Detroit Catholic Central. A couple of hammers here at 165. Think about Marinelli, you think about the big moves with him and Vincenzo Joseph in a couple Big Ten finals.
You know, but what Marinelli was able to do in a lot of those matches was stay low and make it, you know, really grind. And there's not anybody stronger in the weight class ever probably than Vincenzo Joseph, you know. So he was, tells you how solid that you know, offense, that collar tie, that short offense that he has right now, those tiring out techniques he has, because they work on some of the best people that's ever been in the weight class.
Last year he beat Ethan Smith of Ohio State. Smith jumping up to 174 this season. Final seconds ticking away, and the first period is in the book. In the corner for Marinelli, Iowa head coach Tom Brands, along with Ryan Morningstar. Tom Brands in his 16th season at Iowa, 3-time national champion as an athlete for the Hawkeyes, 1996 Olympic gold medalist. As Marinelli starts second period on bottom. Sound like a broken record, but we'll be looking for quick escapes.
Yeah, and Marinelli jumps to his feet. And I gotta think that the Michigan coaching staff has to be pretty happy with the way that first period went, with the way Amine going neutral on the feet, but not so happy about the quick escape.
Marinelli was right back in with the double underhooks. If he'd been in the center when he got out, pushing to the end, he might have got a call, but they said action. J.R. Johnson, they went back to the center.
Yeah, now Amine working his underhook. That just gets the bull in a better position to go with his underhook, and he just drives forward.
If you're Amine, you want to make sure you are circling back in.
And he likes to circle to the right, but it's really difficult to do off that left-handed underhook, and he gets the call.
First stall call of the match. It goes against Amine of Michigan. We'll see his cousin Myles in the 184-pound final.
How about that? The Amine family so deep into wrestling, all the way back to Grandpa, great-grandpa, and Sam, the father of this guy, and Mike, the father of the next Amine, Myles, and brothers having their sons in the finals of the Big Ten championships. Wow.
Can't draw that much better than that. 45 seconds. The lone tally on the board, that early escape in the second period from the bull, Marinelli.
Yeah, no shots by either guy at this point, though. You know, it's one thing if you're Amine, what do you have to do? Of course, you've got to not let Marinelli push you to the edge of the mat here. Now you find yourself in the best way. It's been off of that underhook, and that's your second stall call. really, there's no shot that accompanies that, but you are giving up territory, and that's what the rule. If you're going straight back out, you've got to give that call. So,
with that second stall call, 2-0. Amine trailing late in this second period.
Work through it.
3, 2, 1.
2-0. Win from Brady Berge, tightening up the team score as the Nittany Lions edge a little bit closer to the leading Wolverines. It's been a great team race here in Lincoln with Michigan, Penn State, and Iowa. Amine starting third period on bottom.
Doing a nice job of getting up to his feet, making himself difficult to lift, coming back up. Not quite getting the hand fighting done there from that quad pod stand up here. Quad pod meaning the hands and the feet are both on the mat. Coming up, and then you try to, it's difficult because you kind of bring one of the hands up off the mat to be able to hand fight instead of maybe popping up with a little back pressure, dropping your hips out. Creating a little bit more pressure on those arms and grip.
Off the whistle, Marinelli changing sides, pinching the right side of the Wolverine, Amine.
And you know, we were talking about where Amine wrestled, Detroit Catholic, and then we saw Mike Rodriguez's picture. The long Mike Rodriguez built that program at Detroit Catholic, and so they got a lot of University of Michigan blood there, and kudos to the Mike Rodriguez legacy there.
Marinelli super committed to this ride in the third period. He's got riding time at 33 seconds. Not getting an inch on top.
No, he's staying up top there. Now a little elevator attempt there by Amine. He's going to follow it up with something, but Marinelli riding that side. Now elbows in. Gets to the point, so he's kept himself in this match.
One neutral.
We've seen where he's been able to go ahead and you know, work really well off counter shots. He likes to go ahead and kind of hit shots where his head's on the right side of Marinelli's body. A little double leg and run to the corner.
What Marinelli did good there, even though he didn't get to his minute, he hustle rides, and so it made Amine work that. Nothing comes easy from Alex Marinelli, but I am impressed with Amine on the inside ties he has been able to get to keep to make Marinelli work for those underhooks.
Well, earlier in the match, Tim, we saw Amine get out of that as he was drifting to the right, but Marinelli has cut him off, right? I think he's cut him off with that left-handed underhook, and Amine is just, the appearances, he's going straight back. We're going to get that call.
Amine's got to find some offense. There's a shot from the Wolverine. Good defense there from Marinelli.
He's got to commit to it. Now Marinelli going defense.
Alex Marinelli of Iowa, a four-time Big Ten champion, the 8th in Iowa Hawkeye history. Our State Farm state of success is Alex Marinelli. State Farm, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Shane, this tournament is such a grind, as we've seen over the years, and to win 4 of these titles here just speaks a lot to fortitude of Alex Marinelli.
And the fortitude of a guy that's seen a lot of things that others haven't. Tragedy with his wife Mariah's twin brother being killed, his best friend. He's seen a lot of things, and he's done a lot of things, and this was, it puts it in perspective.
The 17th four-time Big Ten champion in conference history is with Ray Flores.
Thank you very much. Staying alongside the 4-time Big Ten champion, Alex the Bull Marinelli. It has been 24 years since a Hawkeye has won 4 straight Big Ten titles. Alex, what has been the key to your dominance here in this tournament?
Wrestle how I know how. When I wrestle how I know how, I'm at my best. And could have scored a lot more, but, you know, I got the job done.
This is your final year wrestling for the Iowa Hawkeyes. You've had a storied career. Can you categorize how much this year has meant to you and look ahead towards the NCAA championships in a few weeks' time?
Yeah, I mean, I'm grateful. God's put me in a position to have another opportunity to get it done, and I got to make the most of it.
Alex, good luck and congratulations on your 4th Big Ten title.
Go Hawks.
All right, Alex Marinelli, back to you, Shane.
Thank you, Ray. We are at 174 pounds. It is our feature match. It is brought to you by Perler Wrestling College Recruiting Services. 1 versus 2, the reigning national champion Carter Starocci of Penn State and Michigan's Logan Massa. These two have met twice before. Hard-fought victories won by the Nittany Lion.
I tell you what, this is amazing matches here back in the day here that this would put Carter Starocci on the scene. This big overtime win where he's able to go ahead and get a big 6-point move, right, against Logan Massa here. And Carter Starocci went on to take that on to a national championship last season. They kind of went in 2 different directions there, Shane, but I tell you what, they're at the same level right now. Logan Massa's having a fantastic tournament.
Logan Massa, 16-1. His lone defeat this season was to Carter Starocci. That was in the dual meet in Ann Arbor on January 21st, a 3-2 match. And there is Carter Starocci, Big Ten finalist last year, fell to Michael Kemmerer of Iowa in the Big Ten final, 7-2. And then was able to take down the Hawkeye and win a national title in St. Louis. And one thing that impresses me, guys, with Carter Starocci is just how hard he fights every single position. Starocci beating Dominic Solis in his first round match. Michael Kemmerer medical forfeit in the semifinals. Massa, him and Mikey Labriola in a dogfight last night in the semis. So this is Starocci's second match of the tournament.
Tell you what, you brought up a great point about how hard Carter Starocci fights, because a lot of time with young talented freshmen, they don't get that memo early in their career, and he understood it right from the beginning.
Switch me!
Rides hard.
Wrestle out of it.
Willing to go ahead and battle in those tight matches, and Logan Massa, a guy that just loves to,
hands.
You saw him yesterday just pepper with, you used that term, peppering it with the attacks there, shooting down below with the knees. And that was an impressive match here with Labriola, just how offensive he was. He didn't stand around in the match. He just went after those legs and kept on shooting and got him several times, very clean.
And this is a huge match in the team race.
Can't get any bigger than this.
Yeah, you were talking about Massa's offense. That's the key to him, to stay on the offense, and he can. He brings his own level of intensity, and it's a high level of intensity. He's a great trainer, so he has to stay on the offense here. And that's there we go. They're both getting after it.
Yeah. You mentioned staying on his offense. It's going to be a little bit more difficult, because I think that the head-hands defense that Starocci has, I mean, they work at this hard at Penn State. They work with one arm behind their back here to stay in good position, keep your balance. He's a guy that's really tough to get out of position, and he does attack straight on. So he'll take one of those shots that you come on straight on, and he'll go to either side with what's left. So he uses almost a straight-on shot as a setup to his finish.
No score. Massa, 2-time All-American from St. John's, Michigan, wrestling in his second Big Ten final back in 2017. Lost to Isaiah Martinez, then down at 165 pounds. 5 years between Big Ten championship appearances.
Beautiful there, misdirection effort there, worked ahead, and he collects the second ankle there. Good work there by Starocci. Huge.
Starocci strikes first, the Nittany Lion leading at 2-0.
Here we go.
Big first takedown for Starocci. He's pretty tough in the top position as well. We've seen him ride.
Just like his training partner, Aaron Brooks, there really aren't a lot of weaknesses. And that's what he saw him do before, and I like what he does, a little bit different mat return, Shane. All right, I love that front trip when the nose is over the toes. That's where you go. You go ahead and lock up that front leg and push him forward.
Last March, if I recall correctly, it was, I believe, the semifinal, wrestling Romero from Utah Valley, and he was just able to grind it out. Tough in that top position, found a way to win, ultimately winning the national title by defeating Kemmerer. Back trip, another mat return. All of a sudden, riding time creeping up on 30 seconds.
A little bit of a gamble right there with that back trip. Now let's see how he scoops the leg and moves that forward, spreading out Massa.
All the Penn State wrestlers do that so well.
Yeah.
Using their legs, the pressure. Nice job by Massa.
Hey, did he release on your side?
On that too,
Did he release on your side? Go lock. We're going neutral.
They're going to go ahead and get the 1-point escape. I think that was just earned.
Here we go.
Yes, I think it was earned.
Yeah, that was.
Cale Sanderson does not agree.
Yeah, I think when I say earned, I think this the activity got the call. I don't know if it was the right call. Looked like they may have gone off the
That's
mat.
what I thought. I thought they were out of bounds. So they'll review this. There's Casey Cunningham, phenomenal coach
and
at Penn State.
Casey's percentage when he throws the brick, I think, is 110%.
Well, it was Cale that dropped it.
Yes.
Cale dropped it.
Another look at that sequence.
All right, see, they're on the mat right there, and it looks like they just went off, and the arm is around the waist. They're going to probably get a pretty good look at that. So you're looking for that arm. See how it's all the way around the waist right there, and they are off the mat. But that arm is sliding at time. Yep, putting it back down.
Well, hold on.
Cale
hold on.
keeping up with Casey.
They got it?
Yeah.
You good? Here we go.
Critical situation right here. 34 seconds left in this first period. Starocci wants to finish this period on top. It'd be huge if he could do so. Snakes his right leg in.
Comes off. Good job by Massa squaring up there.
Center.
Really did a nice job again. We talk about the feet, but he did a great job of getting hips out. But the feet action, the foot action there, got him that 1 point.
You know, just contrast that with the difference we saw before. I mean, you have to, when you're hand fighting here, you got to get that back pressure on a guy, but then get your feet moving out, lower your hips, make it hard on that guy's grip. Short time here for both guys.
3, 2, 1.
Starocci striking first. Good work with the takedown on the edge.
Yeah, let's take a look at that beautiful effort there. Okay, head on the collar tie right there, comes hard. Right, and just gets enough angle right there. See how he flew around the corner right there to get to that single leg. Circles back, and that far ankle came forward, able to collect it.
Yeah, you put that on a training tape for young wrestlers. That was really well done.
Critical match in the team race here in Lincoln. There you see the top three, Michigan, Penn State, and Iowa. Iowa making up a little bit of ground.
You know, with third and fifth place matches going on, there's, you know, it's hard to predict the scores, but the significance of this is if Michigan wins, it'll be hard for Penn State to score enough points to overcome them. If Penn State wins, the same holds true for them. Jim, you called it. This is huge, Shane and Jim. Huge, huge match when it comes to the Big Ten championships.
Nice returns there by Massa.
Good work in the top position, very stingy.
And he's
Massa.
Yeah, and he's got to give himself enough time to be able to get out from underneath. Now he's got Starocci's riding time worked down to about 12 seconds. Get a new start.
And going back to the team race, and why we say that is Penn State's got another national champion coming up next at 184 with Brooks, and Dean at 197. Michigan's done.
Slow, guys.
When it comes to
they'll have Amine.
They have Amine, and that's going to be really, really important. So it comes down to the national champion Brooks and Amine, and obviously Brooks, the national champion, is favored. But boy, they've had a match that came down to the last takedown.
Yep, you've also got Brucky and Paris on the outside mats. Outside mats at 97 and heavyweight. So it's like, and that's going to be a match with Paris and Kirkliet. So it's got a lot of action left. But it really hinges on this match.
That's why I always say at this tournament, it's important from the first whistle of the tournament. Everything matters.
Got to fight for every point.
And Massa has been able to ride him for the first minute 5 in this period.
He's fighting for, he's trying to get an advantage of this. He's really making Starocci work. Comes back with his own little leg in mat return. He's going to give up a stall warning, but he follows it up with a mat return, and now with 40 seconds, he's totally committed to this ride. Maybe not.
And I think that was because of that stall call.
Well, yeah, that was, but it's also, I think, Starocci's effort there, you know, staying active, popping up to his feet, not spending too much time on his knees. And now you're going to see the effort there, and Logan Massa will get totally committed to these shots. It's going to be fun to watch.
Starocci up by 2, short time in the second period.
Center. Hey, stay out of him. That's what's on, stay out of him.
You know, with that activity, even though you gave up the escape, you've given yourself plenty of time to get out where it won't cost you anything. You need a takedown anyway. You need to get some additional scoring here.
Down.
This is giving you plenty of time, and maybe even look for a reversal. Maybe try to take the guy to his back. You've got that in your repertoire.
Starocci goes on top here in this third period. There's a caution.
Second caution.
Get on easy.
Starocci from Erie, Pennsylvania. Two-time champion for Cathedral Prep.
Good work. I like what Massa's doing there. Now you got to live with the fact that he's pinched on that leg. How do I clear that out with a little back pressure, make a turn? And he's sealed. Starocci has sealed his chest to the back of Massa, and it's just making it really difficult to go ahead and get away. When you get a guy that will cling on to you like that, just hold on, almost double underhooks in reverse fashion, where he seals his chest to the back. Right there, it's really tough to get away. Even though the hips get away, he's holding on right there very tight. Right there, claw ride.
Both guys work.
Massa to his feet. Return from Starocci.
He's got to stay active. Massa has to stay active, even if he wants to get the call.
Starocci keeps his right toe and now out of bounds. Every second counts.
Yeah, and that's why he needed that time. Starocci's so tough in the top position. He needed that time himself to go ahead and ride it down.
Yeah, Starocci does a great job of pressing in with the hips and taking them away, in and out. And it's just really hard to get anything going from underneath.
Sinks in a claw ride deep off the whistle.
You want to cover the fingers here, but at the critical time, you want to get your hips moving. It comes up, but he doesn't have enough twist to it.
Just relentless on top.
Yeah, he just sags down. Sometimes he scoops that leg up in the air.
He's worked his riding time up to 40 seconds.
Green warning!
And there's a stall call on Starocci.
Well, we'll see if it affects his tactics there. If he stays with this, which
he should stay with it.
Yeah, it's working for him.
You got to ride another 20 seconds. It's worth the stall warning.
You just don't want to give up a reversal, but the way he rides right now, when you're scooping up that near leg, really, you're not going to give up many reversals. So
Massa to his feet.
As you mentioned before, Shane, a lot of times it's just these little goes like this. He's got that right foot there.
Just beat the count on below the hip count.
30 seconds left. As you said, G-Man might be.
Go green.
3-4 goes right here. 8 to 10 second bursts. Quick explosive stand up here from Massa. He's been able to get here, but this is where Starocci again drives him out of bounds.
Yeah, he's close to getting another stall call. What you don't want to have happen is give up the stall call.
And then the escape.
Then the escape or takedown and have the riding time go the other way. So this match is still within reach here for Massa.
Riding time over a minute.
I think that might be a point. Yep, third caution.
A point for Starocci on the third caution from Massa. Now 4-1.
Gives Starocci a little breathing room right there. Third false start on Massa. Right now, you just want to make a statement here that I've decided to ride you, right, and you're going to stay down.
Yeah, suffocating is the word I would use to describe Carter Starocci in that top position. Riding time at 1:27. Makes it a 5-1 decision. The national champion a year ago, the Big Ten runner-up last March, and now a Big Ten champion, Carter Starocci, ranked #1 in the country for Penn State's workmanlike effort.
Yeah, Logan Massa had a fine tournament here, but Starocci was just too much, particularly in that top position, Shane.
Carter Starocci is down on the floor with Ray Flores. Ray?
Thank you very much, Shane. Yes, we are with Carter Starocci, who just captured his first Big Ten championship with a win over Logan Massa. How sweet is this Big Ten title for you?
All glory to God first and always. So with that, I just want to thank God and my family, my teammates, and this Big Ten, it's cool, but the job's not finished, you know. So I'm the best in the world, so I'll score more points. I get to do it again in 2 weeks, so just line them up.
Do you feel the significance of your win, knowing that this was major for your team when it comes to the Big Ten team championship, as you guys are neck and neck with Michigan?
Yeah, no, we're not neck and neck with Michigan. We're a lot better than Michigan. We're going to put it together in 2 weeks. We're a lot better, and we know that. So we just got to take this opportunity and be grateful for it and go out there and show God's work.
All right, congratulations on your first Big Ten title.
Thank you, I appreciate it. Have a good one.
Well, get ready for this one. 184 pounds. Number 1 versus number 2 seeds. Aaron Brooks undefeated at 16-0. Myles Amine 16-1. His lone loss was to Aaron Brooks. That was in the duel, 3-1. That match was fantastic.
You take a look at the flashback here. There's such a battle between these two guys. Amine made a huge commitment to a shot, but those heavy hips of Aaron Brooks really made it difficult here for the bronze medalist here to go ahead and get that takedown here, but it was a close match. I expect another one like that. And if you're talking about this team race, making it what it needs to be, right down to the end here, this is really where Michigan has to shine right here with Myles Amine. It's all put on him, and they got to try to win one here.
I can't think that he wouldn't want it that way. Myles Amine wants this on him. Give me the ball, he says, and he's got it right now because he wins this. They go up by 5.5 points with only 2 weight classes left. It's a big, big moment for Myles Amine and Aaron Brooks.
And then you just need a little bit of help. You know, you need a little help at 197 here from maybe Eric Schultz at Nebraska. And then you're going to need the help from, obviously, your big guys, Brucky, and maybe...
Taking another glance at the team score, Michigan by the skin of their teeth up on Penn State. But if Penn State wins this match, Brooks will vault the Nittany Lions ahead of the Wolverines. These two on a collision course. Aaron Brooks defeating Taylor Vance 7-2. Myles Amine over Caleb Romero, doubling up the Buckeye 4-2. And looking forward to this matchup, highly anticipated. Aaron Brooks wrestling for his 3rd Big Ten title. Reigning national champion at the weight class. Collision of Big Ten champions. Amine was the Big Ten champ at 197 last year. He's wrestled at 174, 197, and now down to 184. Inside trip from Amine.
Oh, and Brooks stayed out of it there. How did he do that?
Incredible.
Cat-like balance here. And Brooks is, the tempo of this match has automatically changed. The first 30 seconds of it has been both guys going at it hard. Heavy collar ties here by Brooks. And he's, again, taking territory really aggressively. I think the last match, they kind of stood out in front of each other a little bit. No score. And I'm not saying we're not going to get back to that point, but in the first 30 seconds here, these guys got after it.
I'm just in disbelief, Jim, as how Brooks did not go down on that inside trip from Amine.
Yeah, kept his balance. Of course, he's got that wide square stance. Constantly takes those short steps there, follows through with that underhook, shelves that ankle up there on the high side. He stepped around the far side. Airtight on his technique as far as his finishes go. That's what he's known for. Now roll through situation and
no control.
Brooks has
danger.
Identified he's going to try to get heavy on that left leg.
If you're Amine, you got to be careful. Neutral danger.
Neutral danger, but he did get back. Now he's got a leg, and then can he get great in the elevation?
Scramble on the edge.
Yeah, both these guys love to get in wrestling position. They get in it and they figure out how to score.
No control.
You know what? One guy's thinking about getting to neutral. The other guy's thinking about scoring.
Number 2, Green.
And Brooks
Green, you got
with
control.
a takedown leads it 2-0.
That was just a beautiful shot and finish there in anticipation, because Amine usually gets that stuff on 99% of his opponents, but
improve, gentlemen, improve it.
I just don't know how you take him down, and I don't know how you get out of it when he has your leg. And we've already seen
stay after
you have an inside trip dead to rights, and he got out of that.
Yeah, I mean, they came out swinging. It doesn't get any better than that.
Myles Amine, 4-time All-American.
Red, go ahead and get set.
And a couple of third-place finishes down at 174 last year in St. Louis, 3rd at 197.
Hold set, Red.
Over 100 career victories. I've always referred to Myles Amine as Mr. Wolverine, just a great face for the program, and he escapes. He's on the board 2-1.
Keep it legal up top,
Second
center.
Olympic medalist in Michigan history. My friend Steve Frazier, of course, the gold medal winner in 1984 in Greco. So
Grip,
Myles is the only freestyle medalist in University of Michigan history.
Get out of that.
Bronze medalist for San Marino.
Out of the grip, guys. Out of the grip.
Amine from Brighton, Michigan. In high school, a couple of state titles at Detroit Catholic. Saw his cousin Cam fall to Alex Marinelli in that 165-pound final. 20 seconds left, 2-1. Brooks.
Out of the grip.
And
Out of the grip.
Brooks has made a really concerted
Center.
effort here to be moving forward here. He's working that underhook.
Stalemate. Grip. Fingers. Out of that, guys.
Stalemate whistle. Back to the center as they toe the line with 12 ticks.
Grip.
Both guys just holding position. Collar tie. Go to the next period.
Second period. Green.
This comes up
Bottom
Green.
neutral defer.
And
Green's
Brooks,
choice is down. Second period.
the 2020 Big Ten Freshman of the
set.
Year, will go on bottom to start this
Green,
second
stay
period.
set. Red,
Out of
cover legal.
Hagerstown, Maryland. He's a 4-time Maryland state champion.
These guys are working hard. I mean, you don't, but it'll be interesting to see who can maybe execute the best when they're tired. Who might get a little more tired. They're getting after it.
Out of the grip.
Shane, we did that
Out
match,
of it,
but
gentlemen.
it seems like the effort level of Brooks is 20-30% higher than it was in that first match.
Yeah, he's working hard right here. Quick escape. Up 3-1.
Center, gentlemen.
I'm glad I'm not responsible to figure out how to beat Aaron Brooks.
He would retire most coaches, right? So don't feel bad. There's a single leg shot, switch off to a double.
Two phenomenal wrestlers here on the mat in this 184-pound final. Mentioned Amine, of course, Olympic bronze medalist. Brooks, success on the world stage as well. 2017 cadet world champion. He was junior world silver in 2018. 60
clean.
seconds. We're midway through the second period. Brooks up by 2.
Notice how Brooks approaches his
Rudy, Red, you're blocking the action.
straight
You're stalling.
arm right there. One arm down covering.
Fingers, gentlemen. Fingers, out of it.
Brooks looking to put
Break,
Penn
out of
State
it. Hold
ahead
up.
of Michigan in this
Stay out
tight
of it.
team race.
Yeah, he's got a great thumb block.
Right here, guys.
You know, right to that underhook.
Yep, right there. Did right-handed underhook. Good call, Tim. So, you know,
Keep the
you
post
mentioned, well,
clean.
how do you beat Aaron Brooks? Well, he doesn't get tired in this thing. I mean, he puts up this type of effort there and doesn't get tired. I mean, that's just another feather or an arrow in his quiver. He can out-condition guys.
Improve it.
Yeah, that's a good point because as hard as he
Stalemate.
goes, upper
Neutral.
body and the hand fight, he lowers levels so
21.
much it's hard to follow. It's hard to follow when you've been fighting it so hard just to get through the hand fighting.
Yeah, and most guys, you know, Myles Amine is usually successful in,
Out of the grip,
getting
gentlemen.
out
Out of
and
the
rolling
grip.
through and, you know, getting to stalemates
Out of the grip.
there, but finishing with Aaron Brooks seems
Guys,
to
out of
be
it. Both up.
almost at 100%.
Aaron Brooks in that NCAA final last March, beating Trent Heideley of NC State 3-2.
Rich, choice is bottom. Third period.
Now the
Go
Wolverine
ahead and
will
get
go
set,
on
Michigan.
bottom. 184 pounds with 12 allocations to the
One
NCAA
warning rep,
championships, the
27
most
seconds
of
of
any
rally time.
weights
Third period.
of the
Stay
10.
set. Green, cover. Green.
Quick stand up off the whistle.
Still green.
Brooks not
One,
committed
we're
to the
neutral.
ride there.
Center.
Good job by Amine. So this match is still within range. 3-2. When I look for Amine's offense, I'd like to see him what he does normally, but right there on that leg again, anticipating it is Brooks. But Amine has a pretty good hold of that leg. He's got the shoulder inside the knee, not on the outside, so he'll be able to go ahead and at least get a stalemate out of this position.
Yeah, what a great job of avoiding the takedown there by Amine.
He's got to keep that right shoulder on the inside part of the leg. Don't let it fall to the outside.
Time ticking away on Amine.
Can he actually score in this position? Now he grabs the other leg.
Brooks with that left ankle.
Break.
Yeah.
Potentially dangerous.
You know, Myles' go-to shot is the right leg of Brooks. Brooks will keep that leg back. or square. So there it is. There's the shot. He gets to it. Again, those heavy hips of Brooks. Now, what's the adjustment that Amine's going to make? He looks like he's got pretty good grip that will be difficult to break.
So much pressure, though, crashing down. Probably going to get a stalemate. There it is.
These exchanges are important for Amine. He's giving himself a chance, and there's still lots of time left. I mean, he's got to get in and go, but the more exchanges he can make, the better the opportunity for him. He's got to beat Brooks to the trigger.
Correct me if I'm wrong. The only way to take down Brooks is to finish pretty much immediately.
Yeah, that's true. Or some sort of misdirection, and so he's got to make the other side of the body aware. Make Brooks aware that maybe he can tack to Brooks' left
out of the grip.
leg. But with this short amount of time, you don't really have a lot of choices. You just got to go out and create. Create a flurry, create a scramble.
There's a stall call on Brooks, his first.
Went to the other side. He went to the other side.
That's two.
He's got it.
A takedown for Amine, and the Wolverine goes up by 1 with 10 seconds left. Clinging to that leg of the Nittany Lion. And he skips away. 4-4, and we are going to sudden victory. Would you want it any other way?
Yeah, he just kept pulling the trigger. He gave himself the opportunity, and he scored. Myles Amine. Now we're going to overtime.
Well, he went off script. He went to the other side. Low single was there. Now creating the activity is Amine. He's got some newfound confidence.
Again, this is big in this team race. Here's Amine. A takedown. The Wolverine in sudden victory.
Went back to the same shot he got at the end of the third period. Low single to Brooks' left side. What a match, guys.
My heart is just pumping out of my chest. Myles Amine, now a two-time Big Ten champion, and he might have just won the team title for Michigan. This is the Resolite takedown of the match. He needed it, and he got it.
He went to the lead leg, which is kind of off script. You know, in the last match, he was attacking that right leg almost exclusively. And this time he changed it up. The Michigan coaching staff and Myles Amine made the adjustment.
He never give up. He just kept going after it, looking for exchanges, and he gets it. And it could be huge for the Wolverines.
You said it, Tim. He would not want it any other way. He answers the bell, and he's with Ray Flores.
Myles Amine, the Big Ten champion, handing Aaron Brooks the first loss of the season. Myles, what an effort. Can you tell us about what this means to you? You won a bronze medal at the Olympics in Tokyo, but now you capture the Big Ten championship here.
I think we ain't done yet. That's what I've been saying to myself. Remember one of the NFL guys was saying that. But that's my mentality. This is awesome in the moment, but hey, I got to wake up tomorrow. Nobody remembers the Big Ten champ. They remember the national champ. So just, I mean, what an effort by Brooks. Hats off to him. I hope we can see each other at the NCAAs. One of the better guys. I've wrestled and pushes me deep waters. You got to learn how to swim. So.
Have you thought about what this means to your team as you guys are in the hunt with Penn State for the Big Ten team championship?
You know, I knew that. I peeped up at it, but tried to keep that in the back of my head, kind of on the back burner. Just focus on wrestling my match. You know, obviously there's big team implications, but at the end of the day, you got to do your individual job. That'll help the team. So,
Myles Amine, the Big Ten champion at 184. Back to you, Shane.
Thank you, Ray. What a match with Brooks and Amine. 197 pounds, tough act to follow after that battle with Amine and Brooks. Again, the top two seeds, familiar theme here at these 2022 Big Ten Championships. The #1 seed from Nebraska, Eric Schultz, 16-1 on the season, and Max Dean for the Nittany Lions, 17-1 under head coach Cale Sanderson. Just two Big Ten champions in Nebraska's history. One was a really tough guy, and Robert Kokesh, the last to do so.
Well, he was a hammer, you know, and here you see him against Matt Brown. That weight class, switched around here. Matt was able to win the national championship here, but this was a multi-time Big Ten champion that really got it done. Yeah.
Eric Schultz, two-time Big Ten finalist. He's been a runner-up in both appearances, fell to Colin Moore, and then last year fell to Myles Amine. Will the third time be the charm for Eric Schultz? The story is set up perfectly here in Lincoln, Nebraska. All that stands between him and a Big Ten title is Max Dean. Dean the 2 seed, but he's ranked #1 in the country. Dean just one loss, that's to Cameron Caffey of Michigan State. Dean coming over from Cornell, where he was a two-time All-American and national finalist at 184 pounds. And here comes Eric Schultz. And here inside Pinnacle Bank Arena, a lot of red getting out of their seats, giving him a standing ovation as he takes center stage.
They're coming to their feet right now, and they want to come to their feet at the end right now. And, you know, clashing styles here. And Eric Schultz got here by beating Patrick Brucky on his way to this third showing in the championship. Max Dean beating Cappy, avenging an earlier loss to get here. Eric Schultz, he's punishing on top. He looks for one exchange to be, you know, successful. One takedown usually wins it for him, but Max Dean wants to get on the mat. He's punishing on top.
That's a good point, because Max Dean probably has the more varied style to be able to beat you. Turn people, catch people is really tough to get to his offense. I mean, get to his legs. Eric Schultz is a guy that likes to go ahead and drive with that right-handed underhook. He's really effective with it. Saw him, you know, has kind of a little knee pick with
center,
it,
gentlemen. Let him
right now
in.
you see that he's not in that because Dean has beat him to it. So a lot of this battle in this match will be
wrestle. Let's go.
Whether Schultz can really drive in and get with that right-handed underhook, get his offense off, and if Dean can get to his legs while he's committed to it.
Center, gentlemen.
Fun match here at 197, but that team race, Penn State, they got to have Max Dean here at 197. Max Dean this season had that match against Brucky, rode him the entire third period, took him down to win in sudden victory, and then inside Carver Hawkeye Arena trailed Jacob Warner going to the third period, was able to turn him late in that bow and arrow, and that was a big win in the Nittany Lions victory over Iowa on that Friday night. No score, 110 into this championship final at 197. Man, these matches have been so good. Big Ten championships, the premier conference. If you've never been to a Big Ten championships, put it tops on your bucket list. Always a great event.
Well, if you're a wrestling fan, if you like watching quarterfinals and the semifinals of the NCAA tournament, you're going to see the same type of wrestling going on right there. Schultz has an underhook, working with that. Not really on the side that he likes to have it, but he likes to take territory.
Where's the stand, gentlemen? Come on.
See Dean blocking out. Dean's skill level, I mean, has really impressed me. And we saw him at the national tournament when he was wrestling for Cornell, make it all the way to the finals and at the 184-pound weight class.
Work the center, gentlemen.
I think he's made the adjustment up to this weight class very well, and it's just because not necessarily his size or his strength, it's just his skill level is off the charts.
Center.
Both these guys push pace. They put a lot of pressure on the heads.
They like wrestling. They like wrestling. They just get after it.
Dean has not competed the last 2 years. Took a red shirt, and then Cornell had its season canceled. Good work on the edge from Dean. He's on the board, 2-0. How slick was that?
It was. He stuffed the head there, and he's still working. Mindset there, keep the clock running. I get a call right there, I'm going to go ahead and take him off the mat, but he's buying 12, 13, 14 seconds of riding time here at the end of the period. Now he's only got 16 seconds to ride out the period. And it's shame you've mentioned all throughout the tournament, you want to finish the period in the top position, right?
Absolutely. Good mat awareness right there. As you said, those little things might not seem like a big deal. 10, 12 seconds, it is a big deal.
Schultz working there. He's got to sit out. He's going to come hard with the head. Going to turn back in. Look at the footwork there. Short time, good escape. Get the crowd back into it.
He's on the board and escape in the final seconds of the first. Great work with the takedown from Dean.
Yeah, let's take a look at that on the replay because he ends up really stuffing the head hard with that collar tie. I'm just going to go ahead and say misdirection. Went left and then came back after Schultz reacted to that movement left and then had the quick go behind.
Little run around, looking light on his feet.
Red set, green, cover.
His footwork has been fantastic. And
Schultz, the redshirt senior out of Tinley Park, Illinois, starting this period on bottom. Quick sit off the whistle.
Covers the fingers there. Now you got to make that turn. And just like that, Dean able to go ahead and make him carry a little bit of weight high. So when he makes this turn in, we'll see if he's able to, he decides to follow. Dean is committed to riding right here. Got the left elbow inside, but he's trying to keep the left wrist free. See that action right there?
And Schultz is committed to not letting Dean get that leg in.
Schultz is to his feet. Riding time over a minute for Dean. Another little mat race hurt on the edge, and there's that leg you spoke about, Tim.
Yep, the gap got, he opened the gap, and I knew Dean wanted to get that leg in. And you could see that Schultz was really committed to closing that gap, but he stretched him out and got it in.
Red, you're down.
Brother Gabe Dean, three-time finalist, two-time national champion at Cornell.
You know, all that action doesn't hurt you any, you know, if you're Schultz, if you can go ahead and get out quickly right here.
Red set,
and then
green,
Schultz is pretty
on.
tough in the top position himself, and you're going to have to, you know, do what Myles Amine just did, is, you know, try to win this thing on the feet. So get your feet quick, get that escape. Digging in with those elbows right there. Now he's got him cut off. All right, you should be able to make a turn, and that's where Dean comes up high on the shoulder. See, right when Schultz wants to make that turn.
Come on, guys, both guys, let's go. Both guys work to improve.
Right when he makes that turn, he gets high up on the shoulders. Now he drops in on the leg.
Stay in.
So Dean continues to build that riding time. Lifts a high single. And there's a stall call on Dean.
And again, once again, you probably take that call just to have the riding time keep moving.
Green, you've been warned.
You don't want to give up another one.
As you said before, what you don't want to have happen is you give up another stall call and then he escapes.
Quick escape, yes.
You don't want that.
Yeah, Schultz needs to go back to that sit out and make that he got out before on, and he just did.
Yeah. Notice that time he just turned in and attacked the leg. He's worried less about hand control and just got his body moving.
2-2 match.
Right there, that was that underhook that he likes to work off of.
Dean is shorter here, the shorter guy here. When he's pulling down, he's pulling Schultz down to his level. That's a lot of work on the back for Schultz there. A lot of muscles working hard.
Yeah, and I think a lot of that was set up by the 2 minutes of riding time. It looks like, you know, Schultz is really working hard because he had to work very hard to get out from underneath. And now,
how do you play this if you're Schultz?
You know, I think you try to see if since they haven't, well, they've wrestled, but it's like, oh, actually, I don't know if they, not recalling here right now what their match scores, what they've even wrestled, but, you know, looks like Schultz is going to play it with the intentional release.
I believe this is the first time these two have met.
So what's Schultz looking for? Looks like likes to go ahead with that right-handed underhook. And you notice how Dean is coming inside right there. He's beating the inside. The inside part, the left arm right there is coming inside grip right there. Schultz can't get his underhook going, plus he's naturally got that left leg back. So his right arm kind of looks a little bit lost out there.
Dean close to having riding time locked up. Just over a minute left in this third period. Only takedown of the match by Dean, but here's Schultz.
Boy, what a great job by Dean, just dropping his hips hard, chest up, wrinkling the back of the neck, anticipating it.
Riding time is locked up, so Schultz down by a pair.
That's how you know these guys are good. Look at all this action in the white area of the mat. Little circle. Feet are moving.
I asked you earlier about what Brooks had to do. What does Schultz need to do to get a takedown?
Well, I think he's got to really kind of maybe push forward and get that, maybe get a stall call. But it's really about shooting right now. You're not going to get bailed out by a call now with the riding time. Got to go hard. Change your levels and go. And you can just tell that, just like a boxer here, Dean just has the footwork. He's creating an uncomfortable angle here where Schultz doesn't feel comfortable getting his just basic shot off.
Nothing extra.
with the riding time, 4-2 for Max Dean. And he's a Big Ten champion for Penn State at 197 pounds.
What a wrestling IQ. I think that's really tough situation to come into and tough guy to score on. Anytime you're going to win a Big Ten championship, you're going to put a lot of effort in, and that was well done. Very tactical, but scored when he needed to and did a great job riding on the top position.
Max Dean, the most recent Big Ten champion, of course, you're at 197, the last for Penn State, Bo Nickel in 2019. And Max is down with Ray Flores. Ray?
Thanks very much, Shane. Alongside Max Dean, the Big Ten champion at 197. Max, you had to come in here at enemy territory, taking on the fan favorite in the Cornhusker. But tell us about your ability to be able to get the victory and remain composed here in Lincoln.
It's just a distraction, we're working, we're training every day. I know how to wrestle. It's just about wrestling. So come on, wrestle.
You haven't wrestled the past 2 years, but now being a part of the Nittany Lions, what does being a part of Penn State mean to you?
I'm the luckiest guy in the world, yeah. It sucks sitting out, and time to make some tough, shrewd decisions. Ever since I did, my life got way better. I love my coaches, my teammates, my family at Penn State. I got engaged to the most beautiful girl in the world. Just make good decisions, your life works out.
Tell us about the chemistry that you guys have going from the lighter weight classes. You have Nick Lee, Roman Bravo Young, also Carter Starocci, along with Aaron Brooks. Just a very talented team with the Nittany Lions.
Those guys lead the way, they're hammers. I'm just here trying to do my part. Like I said, super blessed to have their support, them to train with. The NLWC, I couldn't even name all the guys that are helping us, and we still got a lot of work to do. This is just a warm-up. So I'm gonna get back to work with those guys and go bring it home in a couple weeks.
Max, congratulations. Max Dean, your Big Ten champion at 197. Shane, back to you.
197 is going to be quite the weight class at the NCAA championships in a couple weeks in Detroit. At heavyweight, the Olympic champion Gable Steveson, the #1 seed, and Tony Cassioppi of Iowa, he's the 2 seed. He had an incredible semifinal victory last night, came back to beat Greg Kerfleet of Penn State. Gable Steveson 12-0, all of his victories, bonus point victories. As we take a look at the tunnel, there he is, the Olympic champion Gable Steveson of Minnesota. Gable Steveson looking for his 3rd Big Ten title. We do not see Tony Cassioppi in the tunnel. No sign of the Hawkeye Cassioppi. Gable Steveson 5-0 in his career against the Hawkeye. Gable Steveson from Apple Valley, Minnesota. He has done a lot of winning. 4-time state champion in high school. 2-time Big Ten champion, reigning national champion. And you hear the boos here inside Pinnacle Bank Arena. A bit of a disappointment. The showman Gable Steveson gives the thumbs up, and he's going to get a standing ovation. Gable Steveson with the 3 fingers up. And now he is officially a 3-time Big Ten champion. The accolades continue to build for the 21-year-old Gable Steveson.
Hey, what's up, guys? So I'm hanging down here with 2022 Big Ten champion at the heavyweight weight class, my man Gable Steveson. Gable, how you doing today, bro?
I'm doing great. How you doing?
I'm doing well, man. So Forfeit, it's unfortunate. We really wanted to see you compete this evening. When did you find out that you weren't going to be wrestling, Tony?
I found out in the hotel coming down the elevator. My coach is at Brand, so come
Coach Bramble that he was going to wrestle.
Yeah, so what are the emotions like feeling that?
The emotions, you come all this way to have good matches. You come all this way to wrestle a Big Ten tournament, and I feel like there's been a lot of forfeits today. I feel like there's been a lot of big matches. I don't want to say I'm forced to have a forfeit, but it's kind of cool.
Sure. So you've become the big dog everywhere you go. You're the show, the star of the show, and everyone wants to see you wrestle. How did it feel to get that standing ovation, even though you didn't get a chance to compete?
It's real special, just Minnesota fans are here, and I'm getting it on top of Nebraska and Iowa and Penn State, and everybody standing up, cheering me on. It's a once-in-a-lifetime thing to look back on that so many people are giving me standing ovations, and I'm going out there and having a great time.
Yeah, so Olympic gold medalist this summer in Tokyo, an amazing accomplishment. A lot of people were deliberating, will he come back? Will he go international? Will he go WWE? But you decided to come back and try to win another national championship for Minnesota. What went into that decision, and what are you thinking about moving forward?
What went in that decision, I just want to come back and be on the University of Minnesota team one more time. I didn't want to leave an open book. I wanted to graduate school. I wanted to be that person that kids can look up to in every single way possible, but not just wrestling. So when I came back, it was a whole group decision. And going into WWE right after this is going to be a great thing. It's just one path leads to another.
All right, last question. We got this match. It's in the second period. The team score and the team title is on the line. It's 2-2. Who do you think is going to pull it out here?
I don't know who's going to pull it out, but I feel like Mason Perry is going to pull it out. This is the bad spot for Greg Kirkfleet. Just being this 2-2 match right now he's got to go get after it. And I feel like from wrestling both those guys, I don't know. I don't really want to comment on their match, but someone got to win.
Well, we appreciate you, bro. Thanks for coming and taking a seat and hanging out with us. Back to you guys in the studio, Shane.